Hi everybody and welcome to week 2. As you can see, I've clicked on week 2 on the left hand side of our blackboard and have opened to our introduction for the week. This week you'll be getting a better understanding of what language is and how it develops. You'll be exploring the different theories of language development. And specifically, you will be looking at the characteristics of Brown's Stage 1. So in order to accomplish this, you're going to read and reflect on chapters 2 and 3. You're going to post on the discussion board. You're going to begin to thinking about what your reflection paper should be, as well as working on simulation 1 and your oral language calendar needs to start being prepared. So each week we have a checklist so that you can make sure that you have completed what needs to be done. So let's take a look at that checklist for this week. So by the end of the week, you will have read chapters 2 and 3, reviewed Brown's stages of oral development, identify the student that you will be working with for your SEA sampling. Remember, this has to be a preschool age child, and you're going to have to make arrangements to tape a conversation. You're going to review the information in the SEA assignment, as well as the activities in week 1 and 2. You need to collect ideas and activities for your oral language calendar, which is due in week 3. And you're going to start to look for an article on language and development that will be for your theory and reflection paper, but that is not due until week 5. So keep that list in mind. Let's click on activities and assignments for this week. So you can see we have a folder that says reading and resources. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We have a link that takes you to the discussion board. You can see what the topic is, or you can simply click on the left-hand side to get to your discussion board. We have a practice assignment. Now, I want to tell you this assignment is not graded. This is merely for you to get some practice. You might want to begin to work on your reflection paper, but more importantly, you want to start working on your oral language calendar, because that is due in week 3. We'll take a look at that folder as well. Let's start with our reading and resources. So you have your textbook readings for this week. You also have some other documents and website and video to help you through the week. So very quickly, you have a paper on language acquisition. You have a website which is very useful. We'll open that, because this website talks about the stages of language development. So you might have to do a little searching on here to get to the portion that you want, but you'll get there. I have another document on Brown's oral language samplings, so that will also be helpful. This is a wonderful video, very short, on how do we communicate. And then from our text, Born to Talk, a short introduction on the theory of language development. Okay, so let's take a look at what the simulation assignment is. And as I said, this is not graded. It is only done for practice. So I'm going to watch a short video called All Done, and then you're going to try to identify the stage of language development the child is at. And you're trying to figure out, is it early or late stage one? Look at the expressive language, the receptive language, and try to see if you can come up with some support from our book or from Brown Stages as to why you think this is where the child is. And I'll tell you right now, it's a little difficult because it's not a long sample, but take a look and see what you can do with that. Let's take a look at the oral language calendar. In week 3, you'll be submitting a calendar for a group of students, hopefully the class that you work with. You want to make sure the calendar has between 20 and 25 activities that will engage the students in oral language. And this can be a calendar that you do with your own students or that you send home for the parents to do. That's up to you. But 20 different activities have to be included, 20 different activities, to help the students talk within their day. Now, these might include grammar, figurative language, multiple meetings, conversation skills, phonemic awareness activities. There are many ways that you can go with this calendar. Make sure you have a title for each activity in the calendar, and then include a description of the activities on a separate page if you need it for clarity. There are templates for calendars if you're not good at making this yourself that you can download online. Be creative. I have provided some samples, and let's take a look. So, first off and foremost, I've provided some websites. Maybe you don't have enough ideas for 20 language activities, or you want to get some new ideas. So this first one are oral language activities that develop reading readiness. So if you're working with a young group, this is a great place to start. Activities that develop speech and language. And this is nice because depending upon the age of the class that you're working with, when we go up to 6 years old, you can get different activities. Another website, got lots of choices here, activities to encourage, whoops, that looks like the same one, sorry. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, this is again different language activities, and you'll take a look at them and see which ones are appropriate if they are for your classes. More ideas if that wasn't enough. Each of these links goes to an activity. Notice there's something more on Brown Stages here. So lots of goodies for you. Okay, so I've included some samples. I won't tell you these are perfect, but they do give you an idea of how this is done. Let's give this a second to come up. So you can see this one was obviously done in October of 2008. It is a first grade language calendar. The activities. The student let me know what this was intended for. The description of the activities. So, a pretty good job there. Let's look at another one. Now, if you work with older students, you can adjust the calendar and the activities so that they are more appropriate, as in this one that was done for 7th grade. And notice that the complete descriptions come afterwards because you can't fit it all in the calendar box. You can be creative. you can make the calendar attractive, as you should, okay? Just make sure that you include your descriptions, because what ultimately somebody should be able to do is use this calendar or adapt it for themselves. It would be nice, perhaps we can share our calendars with each other. So, that is basically it for this week. I hope this introduction helps keep you on task, and that you're off to a great start. Speak with you soon.